Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your tarot and oracle reading for the week ahead. First card out for you is the drum. This is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. The rhythm of the drum tunes you to the beating heart of the universe. Its wood frame links you to the trees and helps you journey to the lower world via the roots and the upper world via its branches. The drum skin gives the shaman the powers of the animal kingdom. Striking the drum calls forth the power of the thunder and the rumbling of the earthquake. The drum invites a trance state where healing and prophecy happen. I feel a very deep spiritual energy for Aries recently. I feel like your life is going to change a lot in the upcoming weeks and months that you are watching this. And I feel like many of you are going through powerful, powerful spiritual awakenings, having these epiphanies, and maybe consciously traversing the spiritual realms via some sort of trance state, whether that be shamanic journeying, plant medicine, yoga. There's so many different ways to get there. Anyways, having this card come out upright is an invitation from the spirit of the drum. And it says this: the drum invites you to take the next bold step in your journey. The forces of heaven and earth are aligned behind you, supporting effortless action. This is not a time to push against the river. The current will take you exactly where you want to go once you jump in. Collect your power tools and summon your courage, because it is going to be a wild and glorious journey. Allow yourself to be carried by the rhythm of what is really essential in your life. Wow. So the universe is taking you on a wild journey this week. And you're just like, hands back, going with the flow. Okay, let's see where this feeling goes. Let's see where this event goes. Let's see where this idea takes me. And you are going with how the energy is flowing. That's really important. You are following your ideas, your gut feelings, your insights, your feelings, your heart feelings. You are exploring them and seeing what they're trying to teach you. So that is beautiful. We have forgiveness taking place. Aries, I feel like there may be a reconciliation with someone from your past whom you did not work out with in the past, or you guys went your separate ways, or something like that happened where you didn't understand each other, you didn't see eye to eye. I feel like you are respecting them now. You are seeing them in their fullest divinity, and they are seeing you in your fullest divinity. And this mutual respect allows so much forgiveness and healing to take place. Healing comes from acceptance. Help me, dear Lord, to fully accept what is, knowing that this alone will open me to the new. I was just reading a book, and this is going to be really hard to translate, but the essence of this book was talking about forgiving your parents for who they are, and just accepting them, allowing them to radically just be themselves. So many of us hold resentment and grudges towards our very own parents because of whatever they did when we were children or how they raised us, and we have a tendency to not give our parents the same grace that we give other people of, okay, that's just who they are, that's what they choose to be. I think once you start respecting that everyone on this planet has their own free will, their own personality, and that is their divine birthright, life becomes a lot lighter, because you no longer hold these expectations for people to be a certain way, behave a certain way, even if they're acting in a way that you feel is very poor or negative. They have that right as a human. And I don't know, I'm just getting this energy of respecting people for having the right to live how they want to live, even if they are your parents, even if they are, your former lovers, they are who they are. And yes, they decided to have children. Yes, they decided to have you in their life. However, that doesn't take away their free will to be who they want to be in this lifetime. And this book just goes off to explain the radical acceptance and the forgiveness that emerges from that alone. So I see some huge heart chakra healing taking place for you this week. We're going to dive a little deeper, get a little more specific, and get 6 cards, 2 rows of 3 from the Heaven and Earth Tarot. First card out is the Queen of Wands in reverse. Aries, this is you out of power. Okay, some of you need to work on your spiritual ego is what I'm seeing here, or just ego in general. I feel like you have awakened to a lot of information that a lot of people do not have. You know a lot of things. You've seen a lot of things. You've ascended beyond the matrix. You've awakened to things that most people are asleep to in this lifetime. And with that, there comes a warning of not letting that get to your head. I see so many people have these amazing spiritual awakenings, or they just overcome some sort of like huge challenge in their life. And, they put in the hard work, they put in the effort to do that, to get out on the other side a better person. And that also awakens a lot of ego in people. And Spirit is kind of saying, like, gently keep your ego in check, okay? Keep having an open mind, keep respecting other people, the wisdom they bring to the table, even if it may differ from you. Second card out is Strength in reverse. Interesting. I feel like for some of you, this forgiveness that's taking place is with someone who has not changed. It is with someone who has not done the inner healing work to see the wounds that they cause in others or how they may be harming other people. But you are forgiving them internally because you are no longer holding them responsible. I am seeing a situation here, Aries, where a lot of you feel like you are, how do I put this? Outlearning your masters. Okay, you may be looking at your life now and realize I am a more mature adult now than my parents are. Or if you have some sort of master or teacher or someone you were learning under, you may be at the point where you're like, I know more about this subject than them. And instead of holding resentment for that, that's the natural order of life. We are supposed to outlearn our masters. We are supposed to out-evolve our ancestors. That's the way of life. As time continues on, as time presses on, chaos ensues deeper. So the older someone gets, the more chaotic life becomes. But I don't even know where I'm going with this train of thought. You guys are very deep thinkers this week for sure. But yeah, this forgiveness is you're forgiving someone who hasn't learned yet, who hasn't learned their lesson yet. And it's more of a mental internal forgiveness. You're not saying, hey, I forgive you. Because, they don't even understand what they did wrong. They're still in defensive mode, whatever. You can't have a sit down conversation with this person about, the things that were causing you resentment in the first place. But internally, you're granting them forgiveness, not for their sake, but for your sake. Third card out is the Ten of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this is family matters for a lot of you. I am also seeing here, there may be some questions about your love life for some of you, your long-term future. There may be some minor annoyances when it comes to certain relationships. For example, some of you may be dealing with a long-distance relationship. Some of you may be dealing with a situationship. It's a scenario here where I'm starting to feel a little bit of craving of that being in love energy, craving of, living with someone, being married, having children, something like that for some of you. And there may be some minor annoyances that get in the way of that, whether it's distance or scenario or whatever. Second row of cards out, fourth card is the Five of Wands in reverse, strife. Right underneath that Queen of Wands in reverse. Some of you may be forgiving your mother this week is what I'm seeing here. There may have been a lot of ego. There may have been a lot of having to defend yourself in your childhood or in adulthood even with them. And, family, you may have a family dynamic with your blood relatives or whomever that is based a lot in defensiveness and ego and not being vulnerable and authentic and loving. And that's where you're transcending that. You are someone who is very compassionate, warm, empathetic, open, and you may be analyzing in which ways do I carry these energies. Because if someone bothers you, if someone's behavior really gets under your skin, that is because they are reflecting something that you need to know. I think back to my own life and all the people I've dated, for example, and even best friends, family members, etc. And what really annoyed me the most about them, 9 times out of 10, no, not even, 100% of the time, were the things that I needed to embody more of. You know, I would get so annoyed at someone's like ego, and I'm like, oh my God, they think they're a know-it-all, blah, blah, blah. And when in reality, I needed to be more confident in my skills. I needed to have a little bit more ego. Or, you know, there was another time where I was just so annoyed at someone who constantly made themselves the center of attention, and they always got what they wanted. And I was annoyed because I was, you know, I didn't want to bother people. I didn't want to go out of my way to ask people for help, which I thought was the nice thing to do, but I never got what I wanted. And that person who bothered me, you know, they had a lot to teach me in terms of making myself more center of attention when I need it, when I want it, and asking for what I want, and not having any fear or shame in that. If you press into the aspects of other people that really, really bother you, that get under your skin, you will find a lot of personal healing there for yourself. And oftentimes it's our very close relationships that trigger this for us, you know? So if you're extremely resentful towards your parents, guess what? You're a lot like them. And that is something that needs to be explored more. We have the King of Swords in reverse. Okay, so we have a Queen and a King in reverse. And again, this is reminding me of a lot of people's parents and your upbringing. This could be fire sign, air sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. These are two older people. They may like outrank you in life in either age or status, like what they've accomplished in life. Something like that, you know. Anyways, King of Swords in reverse is someone who's very uncommunicative, cold. This could be a father figure who has a very hard time showing their emotions, expressing their emotions. And you may be working through that, you know. You may be working through a mother wound with a mother who is very defensive, sharp-tempered, having a strong ego, but simultaneously low self-esteem. Issues with leading a family, not being a good leader in that way. And then you may have a father wound as well with cold-heartedness, lack of emotion, overly analytical, overly logical, and critical. So some of y'all are forgiving your parents, what can I say? And we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. You know, this goes beyond just your parents, okay? This wounding can repeat, and you may be on version number like 27 of this wounding. And currently you may be frustrated at a masculine figure in your life who is unavailable, emotionally avoidant, or you may be having some trouble with a feminine figure in your life who is very argumentative, egotistical, but also like low-key, you know, not a good leader, letting other people control the show, but acting like they're a good leader, you know. And these issues may repeat in your life, but guess what? They're coming from the same original wound. So it would save you so much time to stop nitpicking the current relationships in your life, the issues you have there, and go back to the source where it all stems from and heal that instead. Okay? Forgiving your parents, forgiving your family, forgiving, you know, the universe for whatever you have against the universe, you know, that is the original wounding. And when you heal that, you'll be just so at peace and at ease with life. So I'm seeing some deep spiritual work this week, guys. Thank you for joining me. Watch for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.